Hello everybody! Finally we get to play Scarlet Hollow. I hope this is the full game. I got early access and I'm so excited to play this game and narrate it for you guys, because I love narrating and telling stories. But Scarlet Hollow is near and dear and it's super creepy, but this is so awesome for me to just get a chance to play this. I've waited so long. I'm ready. I'm so hyped. Let's get started. Why did you ask me for the city? That's creepy. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick Keen Eye and Mystical. Oh, you want to pick two? I'll pick Keen Eye and Mystical. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off. And now here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? Pushing joggers into the harbor? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend and said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. So she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and the phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. We've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me. Like for real, and geez, you ever just get so mad that you just want to kill somebody? I've never wanted to kill anyone. You're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart someday. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they would. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you just wanted to kill her, but now that she's giving birth to a child you created together, you're planning on running off? He's looking at his cell phone. What a dick. Even if you love her, think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. Think about how your actions are going to impact his life, and whether removing yourself would be better for him in the long run. Huh. Yeah. Good stuff to think about. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Mystical. I'm returning to my ancestral home. My mother fled from her destiny there many years ago, but now that she and her sister have departed from this world, I can feel it calling me back. The young man anxiously shifts in his seat. For an imperceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. You must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Hollow, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed up that way. Almost nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on this bus by now. Though, actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the hollow, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now, to think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. I hope they didn't die! He looks back at his phone. For once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at the gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Fine. You take the boiled peanuts. Nice. I love boiled peanuts. Glad they're going to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in the front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Hey, Mavis. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Want some peanuts? I got them from the bus. You hold out the dripping bag, offering it to your cousin. What? Put those away. Why would I want your wet peanuts? Now come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Okay. I am not going to say that. How you holding up? Fine. Are you sure you're alright? You seem tense. You know you can't talk to me, right? I went through something similar when my own mom passed. She tenses up even more at the mention of your mom for letting out a heavy sigh. Maybe it's a sore spot for her. You quickly apologize. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not what you're looking to hear right now. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Do you need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. I just needed a coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Tabitha stared. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. So many used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on a crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. I love this artwork. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know that where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. It's beautiful. It is. The estate was a prize jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture, even now. Shall we take our tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steeps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. I feel a wild energy in this room. As if the natural world is creeping in to finally reclaim its territory. Okay, geez, I get it. You think it's messy. I'll tell Janie to be more thorough this week. But you know there's only so much anyone can do with a country house this old. It's always going to be a little grimy and worn, unlike your sleek city apartments. If a little dirt bothers you, you're going to have a rough time this week. What if I want ice cream? You can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. Ooh, general store? How folksy. Is it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store, just describe what it is. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frau. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Beep. Trust me, I'm good with animals. Who's a good kitty? Ah! You decide to ignore Tabitha's advice and pet Frau anyways. She bites you hard and hisses violently. What did I just tell you? Come on, let's continue the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces. For the time being, you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Oh, God. I love the artwork. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Use the facility. I told this is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as a good place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old, but dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. I sense a heavy spiritual fog hanging over this room. People have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. Do you need help moving them? Tabitha eyes you up and down for a moment. No. Alright, go ahead. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the forest so you can collect your belongings. Hey. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. I don't know what happened when my mom left, but that has nothing to do with me. You asked me to come here. But you're acting all pissed off that I actually came. Can we just start fresh now that it's just us? Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here. You've been fine. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. Are you sure you can't take the day off? It's a special occasion. Your cousin's in town. No, some of us have responsibilities. Are you sure you don't want to stay just a little bit longer and chill with your last remaining cuz? Especially considering the reason I'm here, it might make you feel better. Oh yes, of course, because neglecting my responsibilities to chill with my cuz would definitely make me less stressed. Alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door, and now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Let's go to the forbidden wings of the estate. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. You immediately turn to the nearest door, only to be impeded by a padlock. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Oh my God! You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. The possum hisses in disgust. stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. You close the drawer. You might as well leave it be. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good as a place you'll find to put your clothes in. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag. But there's no going back now. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out of there with a shovel and some garden gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull the weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. This must be an old relative of yours. Very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago. So that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for a conversation. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do right now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only thing's louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly what you would need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, plates, and a knife. The cat hisses as you draw near but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frau's spot on the counter. I'm gonna back away. You back away from Frau, trying not to make any sudden movements. Holy cow. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. You don't think you want to go out there after all? Are you even up to date on your tetanus shots? You close the door behind you and return to the kitchen. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handing, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have not yet to touch anything other than the handle. Let's go uptown. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. The state of this kitchen has put you off eating, possibly forever. Maybe it's time to do something else. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you had known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though. Though, maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has a feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Oh, they improved the artwork. She looks totally different. Oh, Cthulhu shirt. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. You reach out and scratch Gretchen behind the ears. Her fur is soft and warm. She wheezes excitedly, digging her little nose into your palm and licking your hand. Oh, I'm so glad you two are getting along. Isn't she just the cutest? With how energetic she gets, you never know she's 17. That's gotta be really old for a dog, right? It sure is. She's about 84 in dog years. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? But where are my manners? Talking to you for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of cold folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I'm not gonna offer her my boiled peanuts. Yep, I just got into town today. Wow. Why am I still carrying these boiled peanuts? Wow, I didn't think there would be anyone else coming. Are you staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? I haven't seen her since Pearly Ann passed, or for a while before that, now that I think about it. I don't think she's doing too well. She's been icy. But it feels like she's putting it on as a front. She's always been a little rough around the edges. To be honest, it's always been hard to tell if that's just the way she is or if she's just been putting an act her whole life. She thinks she's been in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Yes, biscuits. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. I could be like, what are you looking at? Hey everyone, I'm Mavis, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a little sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't mean any strangers as is. And with you, who you're related to? Well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Keen eye, as you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. Stella pets Gretchen while I take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet him. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought he'd go away once he finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That's Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why he looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea. We've got to go home to help Daddy. In the far back corner sits a man sits alone at the small table, sipping coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who wander to town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always cold boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scarfing down heaping plates of food. So that's the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I remember right, for old Miss Pearly Ann. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Lloyd. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as laying to rest. If you've been around in her heyday, you'll be speaking ill too, Tommy. He's right. Nastiest woman I ever met. That Tabitha's a blessing compared to her. Curse a whole lot of them. May every scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Hey, Stella! I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They graciously placed a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Ah, shucks, thanks, Avery. Here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Anything for you? Could I have a biscuit and coffee? Why do I still have the peanuts? Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day today, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Something's telling me this is a loaded question and you've got something in mind. Was I being that obvious? My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with the camera. It's always better when someone else is there to, Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. When he says it's on the house, she sends her condolences. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Wow! This is a really good biscuit. Wow! I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Oh, yes! Wow, that's rad. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Aw, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project, you know? She's selling herself short, Mavis. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it is, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure that it's a mountain lion. I think that's a mountain lion. Can't you see its little kitty cat ears? No way. It is absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on it. Well, I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat, and there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries are missing one. There's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the. Wait, no spoilers. Whoops, sorry Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after the skunk ape. Heck yeah! Skunk ape is hilarious. I saw a docu special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug of war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky? That sort of thing? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course! It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. But Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll be like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese! Dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by or... Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh. I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know! Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going to look out for the... We're going out to look for the skunk ape. Oh. We could take easier trails, if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in his past. Gosh, like 10 years or so? But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well. It's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. Her friendships could wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. He paused before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience. But you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you, following close behind. Yo, they gave me a biscuit and coffee on the house. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a generous tip. It hadn't been very cold when he first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow. You see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding. It seems only natural considering where you are. Your instinct screams at you to leave, but at the same time, you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow, to keep putting one foot in front of the other and to not dwell too much on the strange feeling. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun like skunk apes. And do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves. I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that's just bunk. Am I right? What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. There exist things beyond our realm, but I wouldn't call them aliens. Everything that exists in this universe is cut from the same cloth, one way or another. To call something an alien is to imply that it is something else, something that doesn't belong. Whoa. You've got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. Let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh my god. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew. Sorry for being jumpy, dude. I thought you were some creature of the darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. What the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk ape? Sorry I asked. Who's this you suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't. Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. I'm keeping the peanuts to myself. You once again remember the dripping bag of boiled peanuts you have on your person and briefly consider offering them to Duke before realizing that it would probably be more of an insult than anything else. You keep them hidden away. Now, both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter. It won't be too appreciative if a couple folks with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You seen anything like that recently? She whips out her camera. Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business. Stella Richmond, put that damn camera down. Aw, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it. The way you chomp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungos or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and I can't afford to lose any more than that. I'm sorry to hear that. But I wonder if a skunk ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell it is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do. It's those damn mountain lions. They out here, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's getting at my chickens. Couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. Even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-aged Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed yet. Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read these comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat these words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. I don't think this ends well for you. How would you know? I go hunting these woods all the time. Night and day, opossums, bears. It don't make a difference. Why are you looking at me like that? Please stop. Even a mountain lion wouldn't stand a chance against the ingenuity of man here. Unless it's not a mountain lion. Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy can hear now going on about ghouls and goblins, using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator. Do you want to be his legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are headed to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big old "you can eat" sign on it if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor. Who knows what that'll mean for my career. I don't want to keep harping with the mystical shit. Let's just go, Stella. He's the one with the gun after all. Okay, fine. You won this time, Duke. That's right. Now y'all run along home and stay out of trouble. Oh my god, I need some water. Jesus. Oh my god. There we go. That's right. Now y'all run along home and stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on. I know a trail that'll lead us. I know. Oh, sorry. Come on. I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright. This looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Oh wow, cool! As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Mavis, and I find ourselves on a high hill on the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we'll get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. Stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands now. For now, we'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. I keep reading so fast, I need to take it in slowly. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? There's something wrong in the air. It feels oppressive, dark. You don't have to mean stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? No, more like a storm is coming. Don't worry, I checked the weather this morning. We're in for a beautiful cloudless night. It really is the perfect time for a hike. Unless you mean a metaphorical storm. I don't think weather radar picks up on those. But either way, my gut usually warns me if I'm going to run into trouble, and I feel A-okay. What happened to the sharing of the mixed bag of peanuts and stuff? Like I remember from the demo. Oh! I was looking forward to that. Or maybe because I had a... They're really kind of like... Oh no, I lost my bottle cap. There you are. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. What was that? No need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big scary predators like us. Let's check it out. Yo, they changed the whole storyline. Like, they changed it from when you're sitting with her and you're talking and like she tells you about being a YouTuber and you share a little bit about yourselves. Oh man, they changed everything about that, dude. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Ooh! A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an abscess. Maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it. Why do you bring Gretchen out with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy that she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around the woods at 17. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? That got my heart rate up. I'm so ready for the hunt. Same for me. How's about we take a quick snack break? Okay, so we do have that scene. Kinda, if I remember, I probably remembered wrong. How's about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, then we get right into the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Okay, so we do have this scene. As you settle down and rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Yes, trail mix. You grab the bag, you grab the trail mix. Classic choice. It never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make it. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff. And I use dried cherries instead of raisins. Ooh, cherries are the best. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even as someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide raisins. Yes, finally someone who gets it. Raisins are glorified mouse droppings. They destroy everything they touch. Definitely. Any other dried fruit is better. Glad to finally meet a fellow preserved fruit connoisseur who can appreciate my refined taste in trail mix. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws on a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Austin. Do you have a house? An apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Mavis. I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. It's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine. But now it feels cramped. It feels like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come and let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I'm happy being there. The lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason. And it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant, you know how. I got a plant. You know how they say. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Fuck God. Maybe it's just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place, or maybe finding a roommate? There's got to be a better apartment than that in a big city like Austin. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh yeah? So what do you do for a living? I'm actually a streamer. Oh, no way. A fellow content creator. That's awesome. I knew we had a lot in common, Mavis. What sort of streams do you do? I mostly stream video games. That's cool. I'll have to check out your channel sometime this week. How do you like it? wouldn't trade it for the world. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do, but I love it. It might not be much, but it makes me feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I'd give up what I do for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Keeping the house in the family? Is it just you there? Yeah, it's just me and Gretchen. My parents died a few years back. But it's okay. I've done my mourning. Life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home. Just me and Gretchen. It could be a lot worse. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Aw, thanks, Mavis. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? I'm okay. Hanging in there. It was a long time ago, so it wasn't a surprise. I kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. That's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. They really changed the animation style of her face. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. I could hear all sorts of wildlife just a second ago, and now it's quiet. You're right, and whatever made that sound is close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and let's check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Ooh. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit! I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Oof. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no. That poor thing, it must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive! You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Oh God, what the hell? Good God, at first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing up beneath. Looking more closely, girl, you think you see something squirming inside. You turn away from the chicken, unable or unwilling to continue unwilling to continue inspecting it. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could it be a tumor? Could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez. I'm gonna have to put up massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that? What in the Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie. What's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what did this to her? We caught a glimpse of something earlier, then we chased after it. It brought us here. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in any of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. Come out, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. You hear that, Stella? They ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you. Whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. I'm getting you, Gretchen. Fuck that flashlight. I don't need you to take off. Oh! You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! You hear a body hit the ground and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen? Mavis? Duke? Are you alright? What the fuck? I'm gonna say that. I warned you two. Something terrible was going to happen. Woe is me, post-mortem Cassandra. Ha! I guess you did. Gretchen whines and shakes in your arms. Gretchen. Here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke? Are you okay? What? Oh my god. Duke, holy shit, what do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? Isn't this what you've been searching for? Those things out there are real. We should go after them. Yeah, you're right. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Fuck, why did I say that to her? Lead the way. Estelle looks for a lead. You notice a faint trail of blood leading into the woods. Duke's shotgun blast must have tagged the creature in their scuffle. Stella, look at those bloodstains. I think we have a trail to follow. You're right. Duke must have tagged one of them before he... Let's go before the trail is cold. Oh my god! There's more! Look at Gretchen's face. She's like, what the fuck? As you and Stella push through the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you. Oh god, they're back. It's getting worse. Ooh! There's a clearing up ahead. Stella stops in her tracks a few feet ahead of you. Holy shit, I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh my god. The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. A seeking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded. More of those swellings. All the animals here have them. Or had them. Oh! They want us to leave, Stella. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't have seen any of this. Yeah, you're right. We have enough footage. Let's get the hell away from this nest before things get ugly. Just as you follow Stella in a mad dash through the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. In the highest branches of the trees and down on the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha and 13 text messages. You try to call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. Yikes. Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl? It's Stella Richmond. I'm up the mountain on the Askina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You gotta hurry. Okay, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See? Right there, a thing jumps out of the woods and the shotgun goes off. What in the Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? Could have been a dick. Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nests, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But, okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. You notice Stella popped something out of the camera and slid it up her sleeve. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We're going to team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you and... Who are you exactly? That's Mavis. He came into town today for the funeral. Mavis, as in... Tabitha's cousin. Yeah. Damn. Didn't think you actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now if you kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist. For your own safety. Okay, thank you. You can ride in you can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. You two stay out of trouble. We'll just have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. Mavis. Sure. You're in town for the funeral, right? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen. And y'all have a lovely evening. If you have any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you ask him if we could walk back? That's a fair question. I've just had some bad experiences with cars. I don't know how to drive them, and I don't like getting into them unless it's literally a question of life or death. Which I guess tonight was. Sorry if I weirded you out. God, what a night. They sure seem a little blasé about a man's death. I can't believe they're waiting until the morning to even start looking for him. Who knows what those things are doing to his body right now? And what's worse is I think they implied that you're a suspect even after we showed them all that footage. Even the nest. The truth is good out. Even if they don't believe that footage, those things are out there in the woods. And something's telling me they're not going away. Yeah, no kidding. But it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Oh, I appreciate it. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. You want to go back to the woods and try to trap one of them. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. Her place isn't far. We should head over there over now before it gets any later. Sure. Why not? Who cares? Let's keep this nightmare party going. You alright, pal? Seems like you might be losing it a little. All the more reason to visit my friend's mom. I always leave her place feeling lighter. Come on, she's down just this way. I hope she's still awake. Stella knocks on the door. Oh my god! You're way creepier. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a shadowy figures staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Stella, I think someone's watching us. She turns to look. Mavis. Jesus. Welcome home. Whoever this is, its presence has chilled you to your soul. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back, and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. What the fuck? I got goosebumps. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Miss Forsyth. This is Mavis. Is it okay if we come in? You and Miss Forsyth briefly lock eyes. So blinding and overpowering is her aura that just looking at her feels like staring directly into the sun. Her gaze pierces entirely through you, and in that moment, you feel wholly known. And then the moment passes, and you see only the woman before you. Of course, you're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Mavis. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul. She's been sorely missed in the holler. And now poor Pearly Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. I'm not going to offer her my fucking peanuts. Stop! You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. Who is that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to be worried about him. How'd you know that my mom died? Oh, Pearly Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of. Bless her heart. We need your help. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord, have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things are out there. I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't the local wildlife, Miss Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out the card she swiped from her camera and pops it into her phone. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this. At least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't want to know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northeast, to northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. that T is life. T is life. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You better come with me. Come with Stella. I'm sure she'll be willing to help her friend and her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh, hey Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? No, I didn't. You hold out your bowl of peanuts. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Generosity is the best way to make new friends. No. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie. Oh my god. Why do I still have those freaking peanuts? God, sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. God, the fucking peanuts. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Mavis and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm fine. Oh, she's a Sailor Moon fan. We got Mothman. Dude, hell yeah. Poor Duke. Poor Bo. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call them later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. Whatever happened in the woods, we weren't supposed to see any of that. You're not wrong. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Mavis with this telepo crap. A man just died. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke is dead. An unfortunate accident and nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many in one place is... Jesus, Mom, they've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths? Maybe the ditchlings were here for Duke, like some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. Unfortunately, no. Their presence forewarns of something far more sinister than one man's death. Stop speculating about this occult nonsense. Let's focus on what we know. Right. What are those growths? I saw something squirming around in that chicken. Maybe it's some sort of parasitical larva stage, part of their life cycle? But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I forgot entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Mavis get some rest. I ran him ragged today, and with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can stay out. I'm still wired from everything that happened. Maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forum to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you call them? That's right. You go on home and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Mavis. I'm glad you say bye. It's excellent. Iced or warm. Though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there. Both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. I should probably head back before Tabitha has a conniption. Are you sure you're okay heading back up that mountain alone? Honestly, I'm more afraid of making Tabitha mad than I am of those things in the woods. Yeah, Tabitha can be really intimidating. Well, I won't stop you if you really want to go back. Here's my number. Call me when you get there, okay? And good luck. You and Stella exchange numbers. I'll see you tomorrow? Yeah, we're in this together. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. Oh no, it's dark in the woods. You begin the long hike back up to the Scarlet estate alone. Almost home. Oof, you've made it. She's gonna be pissed. Your salvation in sight. You make a mad dash to the door. As you reach for the knob, the door swings open. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back as soon as I had reception. Did you? I didn't notice. Do you know anyone named Wayne? I have no idea what you're talking about. Look, I got suckered into something. Sorry to worry you. This Stella girl had me come with her on this hike to find cryptids. Oh, so you meant Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything, and she's gotten you all worked up. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. There's so many funny options. Can you tuck me in? Are you serious? Tucked you in? No, go to sleep. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. As you settle into your room, you remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got back. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, like she's been crying. Did you make it back all right? Yeah, I'm all right. How are you? Totally fine. I mean, as fine as I could be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments for now. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Please do not end the episode like this. I will... Who is that? Is that Stella? Dude. Oh, that's so creepy. Scarlet Hollow. Hey. No, don't do that to me. Oh, fuck. This is in episode 1. Episode 2 is currently slated for an early June release. You can wishlist the full game on Steam. Please do. If you'd like to continue with this role stay in episode 2, please save your game now. Yes! Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. and this is gonna be it, and I'm gonna upload this. So like, I'm so glad this is episode 2. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this round of gameplay, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'm super excited because it didn't continue on after this. Hell yeah. Peace, be safe, do the right thing for you and your neighbor, and practice good karma. Ciao.